Hi guys, in this video I'm going to teach you how to survive in the end game as a sorcerer. I understand survivability is the biggest issue going around for sorcs, so let me explain. Alright guys, so in the background gameplay you're going to see me be doing a tier 42 nightmare dungeon, and there's just some things that I want to show you guys that can really help you guys with surviving in the end game. And as you guys can see, I'm running one shield. Again, this might change later when I try to push tier 70 plus. But for right now, I can even do tier 50s in the shield. I just quickly kind of recorded this video for today. Um, I did die, so don't make fun of me, but it's not because the information I'm about to give you today is wrong. It's just more of a skill issue, and it's the one affix that always kills me with elites. But anyways, so up on the screen right now, you're going to see rubies. Now, I made a mention about rubies being very good for the sorcerer because health is our biggest thing. It's going to help keep our shields up, and bigger shields mean that we can survive longer, and if our shields stay up longer, we can get the damage buff from the legendary aspect that increases our damage while we have a barrier, which I'm very sure every sorcerer is running in Diablo 4, and if you're not, you really should be running it. And another one you're about to see pop up on the screen is going to be the Topaz. Now, the Topaz is going to give us damage reduction when crowd control. Now, I kind of went with a combo of I used the rubies to get to round me up to like the next tier of 1000 HP. So for example, I used the rubies to get me to 8k, and then I put the rest into damage reduction. And that's kind of how I'm going to use my rubies and topaz in terms of balance. And from playing with this, I really like it. I feel like by doing it this way, it kind of helps to give you that bump in health to get you to the next tier. And then also, you really do want the crowd control damage reduction, because you're going to see later in the game that CC is a huge mechanic in this game, and it's going to get you killed so many times. Now, another thing that you're going to see that I'm running this build is Flame Shield. Now, Flame Shield is very good just for the reason that it provides immunity and unstoppable, and it's going to give you, excuse me, and it's going to give you health when you activate the ability. Again, I was very against Flame Shield because it had such a short duration, and if you were really going to pick, and it's like, why would you pick Flame Shield over Ice Shield? Because Ice Shield lasts longer, it's a bigger shield, and and it gives you mana regeneration. But when you look at it, the fact that Flame Shield is actually like immune, so it's a shield that doesn't break, and then also on top of that, you can make it last longer. Um, Make it last longer up to almost 3 seconds if you actually upgrade it with points, which I doubt any of you guys would, but maybe you get lucky on like your boots roll or something and you actually get it. Now I know a lot of people are probably going to comment saying, Khaled, you have the artillery aspect, obviously you're clearing this dungeon no problem. Like I said, you're gonna see later that like when I get down into the cellar part, I don't have this aspect and I have to fight, and I'm gonna have no problem surviving killing. There's some close calls in there, but that's another thing too, talking about close calls, is the sorcerer, you guys are going to have to learn like how to survive in terms of movement and things like that. And that's still something that even me today I'm working on as well. I will die sometimes, like you guys will see later in this video. I'm gonna die, and my playstyle wasn't the best. Like my boss rotation at the end, you're gonna see was not 100%, and then you're gonna see that, and then you're gonna see, like I said, like I die in the dumbest way. Like I stand still and die, and that's like kind of something that I want to show you guys. But for example, when I see all these minions, you're gonna see me like just clear the room so fast, and it's all about kind of like kiting and prepping the room. With the sorcerer, like we're very good at killing ads, clearing rooms, stuff like that. So when we're going out and trying to figure out what's the best way for us to do this, we need to figure out, okay, what is the best way that I can get all the enemies together, what's the best way I can get them all vulnerable, and what's the best way I can get all the synergies in my build to fire all at once. That's what you want to think about when you're playing the sorcerer, because the biggest issue that I think people go into like playing the sorcerer is they just want to spam, and it's like, no, you need to have a plan. Like this is a setup class. I think everybody can agree who mains the sorcerer that the sorcerer is a class that's going to require you to use setup, and you're really gonna have to understand crowd control with this class, understand how to keep vulnerability up, and also, like I mentioned earlier, you really want to keep fire up, because fire is gonna like give you mana regeneration on kills, as you guys know through the passive, and then also and so I was going to tell you guys, and then also it's going to give you extra damage through immobilization, increased crit damage. So these are all things you guys need to keep in mind when trying to help you survive. If you're still having difficulty surviving, if you guys see in my build, I also run the aspect of protection, which is that elite barrier that pops up and every time I hit an elite. That is the must, I think, in every build, every class. It's very strong, very good. Also coming up right here, you guys are about to see me die. I kill these guys. You guys see like my setup is just not good right now, like because I'm like freaking out. Cause I was trying to go through this flawless. I was like, oh, I'm recording this for the video. It's got to be flawless, and I almost didn't use it. But I was like, you know what? People got to see that I'm human and I make mistakes and I die too. I'm not perfect. Nobody clears the whole room. But you guys can see, like, I'm in the middle of all this. I'm doing good. And then when I die, you guys are gonna be like, dude, you were standing inside the explosion. Like, watch. Like, I go in and like a bot, I just stand there. You know, like, see, look at this. I jump in there with no shield, no healing. Yeah. So, like I said, we all make mistakes. Things like that, I think, are the biggest in getting you guys killed. And then also, like I said, CC immunity is the biggest thing that you guys need to work on. So teleport is a must. You must use teleport for the sorcerer. I was very against it because I play on Xbox, and when I saw how people teleport on PC, I was like, oh man, I was like, this is just ridiculous. Why would I use this when I can use an ability instead? But as I got into the end game, I got to see that CC was massive. So like I said, guys, the biggest takeaways I want you to take away from this video: run a combination of Topaz and Ruby. I ran full Topaz and I still died, but it was nice though because it did come in clutch and to survive. But there's going to be a point where you will get one shot, so having a lot of health won't matter, but you still want a good health pool. So I would really recommend running a combo of both. And then on top of that, something else that I would consider running is make sure that you guys run teleport. Make sure you guys run flame shield is a must in the end game. I made a video talking about this, why flame shield is good. So please run flame shield in the end game. And then, like I said, if you're struggling to survive, run aspects that give you defensive, like the aspect that increases your armor, or you can run a healing aspect. There's a lot of things you can do. And in this build, if you guys enjoyed it, I will be making a more in-depth video later. Remember, guys, if you enjoyed the content, please consider liking and subscribing to the video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.